Don't be making 15,000 naira quality of dress and think you want to be charging people $15,000. It's not gonna work, okay? Gone are the days when people say, oh, I don't want to be a tailor, I want to be a doctor, I want to be an engineer, I want to be a lawyer. These days, people are not afraid to say stuff like, I hope to be a fashion designer. They don't call it tailor anymore. I hope to be a fashion designer. I hope to be a fashion stylist. I hope to be a this and that in the fashion industry when I grow up. Fashion design has become incredibly profitable. We've seen people making a sustainable living out of being dressmakers, fashion stylists, pattern drafters, and the likes out here in the fashion industry. This industry is a very viable source of income if you can just strategically position yourself for success. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about something that I've titled, How Much is Too Much for an Outfit? We're going to be talking all things pricing and making money in fashion design. If you'll be interested in hearing what I have to say concerning this topic, please make sure you watch this video all the way through. I might be saying some things that you might not agree with. That's fine. Let's agree to disagree, or let's disagree to agree in the comment section. So let's keep our comments very edifying and enlightening and polite, and let's just discuss. Subscribe to this channel if you're yet to subscribe. Like this video if you enjoy watching, which I'm sure you would. Share this video with a friend. All right, guys, let's get started. Welcome back, friends. If this is your first time of seeing me, hello, my name is Funmibi Olawore. I'm a fashion entrepreneur based in Port Harcourt, Rivers State, Nigeria. I love talking all things fashion. I like to come on here from time to time with tutorials on how to recreate embellishments. Okay, the focus of my own channel is in embellishments, how to get a dress from looking bare to looking very gorgeous with blings, stones, beads, and all that jazz, just to spruce it up and make it look nice. That's what you would typically find on here on my channel. Occasionally I share sit down videos where I just rub minds with you guys on topics still relating to fashion, and this video is something similar to that. We are going to be talking all things pricing and making money out of being a fashion designer, a dressmaker, a tailor, whatever you choose to call yourself. So today I'm going to be sharing, first of all, certain things that I believe people or aspiring fashion designers should take note of before putting a price on their stuff. The first thing I have here is the grace of God. When I hear people saying, oh, don't sell yourself short, don't reduce yourself just to make people comfortable, I say that a lot now, and I believe it's because of the years of experience I've had in this industry. When I first of all started, I used to sell myself short. There are some times when making a headpiece for someone, I'm spending like days on it, but I'll still end up charging the person maybe 4,000, 3,000, just because I'm so afraid to say, if I call it 10,000 or if I call it 15,000, the person will run away and say I'm trying to scam them. I have been through that as well, and I know a couple of people go through that, because even from time to time in my comment section, I'm seeing people saying, oh, how much would you typically charge if you were to make this? So the grace of God is very, very important. It's God that ultimately, in my opinion, gives good success in any enterprise. Your fashion business is still God that is going to give you the success that you're looking for. So when you've gained that grace of God, when you have prayed that grace upon your business, the first thing you need to do is to count your costs, okay? Before deciding or putting a price on whatever outfit, whatever design it is that you're making for your clients, you need to count your costs. And for me, counting my costs, I'm usually not too quick to give people prices, especially when they want me to make something that is kind of custom to them, okay? I need to calculate, to make this thing that this person is asking me for, to make this outfit that this person wants to make, how many yards of this do I need? How many pieces of this do I need? How much are they selling that thing that I'm about to use for that dress? Because especially when you live in a place like Nigeria, where the economy has been up, down, up, down, up, down, you can't just call a price. The price last week is not necessarily the same price this week, okay? So for me, I would typically call my vendors, Mr. This and that, how much is this thing now? How much is this bead? How much is crystal bead now? How much is rose bead now? Before I now call my customer and say, okay, this thing that you want to make, this is how much it's going to cost. So you need to first of all count your cost. The next thing you need to do is to take account of your years of experience, okay? If you've been a fashion designer and you are almost like a household name, you can't be selling yourself short. The years of experience, the amount of things that you know from the time that you've spent in the fashion industry is also very important in the cost that you place on your stuff, okay? I'm tired of seeing tailors that maybe, especially, and I don't think our generation falls into that category. The generation before us, you see someone that's been sewing for years, and the person can probably sew with their eyes closed. And when you ask them, oh, madam or oga, because we have men sewing out here in Nigeria, how much is this thing? You see them saying stuff like, just anything where you get, give me, meaning anything you have, give me. Why would you do that to yourself? Put a price. Because I've been sewing for 15 years and I have this technique, I'm so good at this thing. The years of experience I've had, the years I've spent perfecting and honing this craft, I should be able to put a cost on it. Okay, so the next thing as well that I would say you should also factor into your pricing is the value you render. Okay, and with this value that you render, it's kind of dicey. I really don't know how to put the words. I pray that God gives me the words, right? If you know that, okay, let's cite the example of a brand like Chanel. A Chanel bag now, I don't really know, I'm not into like designer stuff. I know that there's a certain amount that Chanel puts like as a minimum price on their stuff. And it's not necessarily because that particular thing that is from Chanel is so fantastic and you will never find it anywhere else. It's just because it's Chanel. That's why it's that price. The name Chanel has created a niche for itself. Okay, when you hear Chanel, you're thinking luxury, you're thinking high end. So it's almost like people are paying for the name now, not necessarily the aesthetics of the thing. Okay, not maybe not aesthetics, but they're not paying because that thing is so fantastic and you will never see it anywhere else. It's just because that not so fantastic thing has Chanel written on it, right? So if my name now is Funmibi Olawore, if I know that I've built my name to a certain extent and people just want to associate themselves with, if they want to say, oh, who made that headpiece you're wearing? Oh, it's Funmibi Olawore. Oh, who made that bracelet you're wearing? Oh, it's a Funmibi Olawore piece. I should be able to put a price on that value that people get from my name. I don't know if you guys understand what I'm saying. So if you know that in your city, there's one, before we get worldwide, in your city, if you live in Sokoto State, and in this Sokoto State, you are one of the best headpiece makers, and people in your vicinity or people in that city, they like to, just when they wear your pieces, they are very proud to talk about it. Charge them for it because they are gaining some certain type of benefit from just wearing your name. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying. So the name and the value you are rendering as a brand, charge for it. In my opinion, those are the things I would factor if I own a big fashion house and I want to decide how much I want to sell my pieces. Okay, another thing you need to take note of is your business expenses. If you live in a country like Nigeria, you're probably spending you are most likely spending money on generator, either diesel or fuel. You are probably spending money on an inverter, solar or whatever type of inverter it is that you're using. You are spending money on paying your tailors because you're not running a one-man show. You have tailors, you have receptionists, you have cleaners, you have people that supply your business with water, you have people that repair if you have issues with electricity, you have people that come to fix that, you have people that maintain your machine. Those people at the end of the day, when they render the service you're employing them for, you're not giving them paper rights, you're paying them money. So take note of every single business expense. The fabrics, if you're running a ready-to-wear house, the fabric you are using to make the ready-to-wear pieces, you are buying them, and it's not paper you're giving the people selling it, right? So business expenses as a whole, factor it before coming up with a price. The next thing you need to take note of is the type of clientele you want to build for yourself. And the reason why I'm saying this is because if you decide that you don't want to level up in terms of the standard that you're creating for your brand, you will never grow big. And I'll cite an example for this statement that I'm making. Someone like Vicky James of 2014, 2015, she was probably making dresses for 5K, I don't know, 10K, 15K. There was a time, I think someone was doing, I think I posted that picture on my community tab. I'll see if I have that picture. If not, go to my community tab, you'll see it. Someone posted it a while back or a couple of years ago when Vicky had a dress and she was like, oh, final sale, 15,000 naira, fastest fingers first, that type of thing. And that was I think 2015 or 2016, I'm not so sure. And as of today, in 2023, Vicky James, you see dresses that she posts for 1.5 million, 3.5 million naira for a single dress, not a bunch of dresses, one single dress. Her clientele has leveled up basically because of that shift in her pricing. The people that maybe used to price her for 15K back in the day, if they are not able to keep up with the leveling up that she has done in her business, they won't be able to patronize her now that her dresses are in the 500K, 1 million, 2 million level, right? with your clientele, if you know that, okay, you want a certain type of clientele that you tell them that, oh, this dress that I'm making for you is going to cost you $10,000. They will not say, what is it? They will just say, okay, send your account details. If you know that that's the type of clientele you want to build for yourself, you need to be leveling up, and also be leveling up your skill. Again, when leveling up your price, level up your skill. Don't be making 15,000 naira quality of dress and think you want to be charging people $15,000. It's not gonna work, okay? If you know that you are investing a lot in your skill improvement, you are improving. Maybe before you used to use all this chakpara foot type of, this simple home type of sewing machine to sew clothes for people, and now you're using industrial grade sewing machine. You need to level up your price, in my opinion, to be able to just match up, because the quality of equipment you're using in making dresses for people is no longer what you used to use back in the day when you were charging them 5,000 naira for dresses. Okay, so as you are leveling up, also decide for yourself, do I still want to be rolling around in this 2,000, 1,000 naira level of clients, or do I want to become worldwide, that people in different countries of the world are sending dresses telling me, oh, make this piece for me and send me your account details? So depending on the type of clientele that you dream of for yourself and you plan to maintain for yourself, you need to also make sure that your pricing is matching up to that. You can't be making dresses for people abroad, because I've heard this trend now that people overseas, they always come to Nigeria because they know that they will get cheap labor here. Cheap labor, okay, it's fine that the labor is cheap. If they're buying stuff from here to send abroad, is cheap, but at the same time, if they're getting quality stuff from the supposedly cheap person that they are coming to patronize out here in Nigeria, no matter how cheap you want to be in terms of price difference when you compare to how much they would have made it if they decide to make it over there, you need to make sure that you're not selling yourself short at the same time. And that's why it seems as though someone like Vicky James, a lot of upcoming, as far as I'm concerned, upcoming fashion designers feel like, oh, Vicky is doing too much. Why is that dress that expensive? You need to broaden your mindset. $1 now, as of today, is I think almost 900 naira. Someone like, there's another person that is out here in Port Harcourt that I am always inspired by, is Didi Luso, with her headpieces as well. They are not chicken change. And then when you look at the quality of the work that she's doing as well, a lot of time, a lot of money goes into making the headpieces that she makes. Okay, so don't sell yourself short, and let your pricing match up to the standard that you're trying to create for yourself. Okay, if you think, okay, this 5K level that I'm in, that's where God has called me to be in, just to be servicing the need of, you know, people that maybe don't have so much money and they still want to look nice, there's no issue with that. But if you know that, okay, you want a larger scale type of clientele, let your price match up to it. The final thing I'm going to say in terms of price is, as fashion designers, it will be a disservice to yourself to sell yourself short just because you don't want people to talk. Okay, I feel like for someone like Vicky now, if she goes based off of the backlash that she gets from people when she posts the price, okay, of which she doesn't do it often, the once in a while that she posts the price of her stuff, people always seem to have a lot to say in the comment section. If he decides to just say, people are saying too much about me, or let me just stop, let me just be doing my 15K work so that people will not talk, she'll be doing herself, right? She'll be hurting herself in the long run. So people will definitely talk. If you're selling yourself short, they will talk. If you are selling yourself high, in their opinion, they'll still talk. So don't do any form of disservice to yourself just to please your customers or please the people that are watching you or whatever. So make sure that whatever you are doing or whatever service in terms of your fashion house you are rendering to people, you are not running at a loss. We reject bankruptcy in the name of Jesus in 2023 and beyond. Okay, bankruptcy is not our portion on this channel and for anybody. I don't wish it on anybody. So make sure that you're not in the path of bankruptcy just because you don't want people to talk. So take some of these things that I've talked about in this video, take them into consideration when putting a price on your stuff. So times when I see people in the comment section occasionally on my videos saying, oh, Fumbi, for this type of dress now, how much do you think I should charge? I can't tell you how much you should charge. Do the mathematics and charge what you feel like your work is worth. It's even inappropriate, in my opinion, for me to be the one determining the worth of your work. Like I can never be the person that would do that. And same way, nobody can come now and tell me what my work is worth, right? I can't do the same thing to you guys. So sit down with yourselves. I think the issue is a lot of times people just want to be spoon-fed, just do this and this will happen, and they just want to run with it. Sit down with yourself, do a lot of self-reflection, business reflection, look into your business and make the right decision for your business. And I wish us all the best. The conclusion of how much is too much for a dress is, I don't think there's any price that is too much for a dress. If someone comes tomorrow now and says one dress is $1 million, it's not my business, right? It's what the person thinks. If she has her clientele somebody will still reach out. Okay, it's her opinion, is what she thinks her work is worth. So for me, as someone that maybe cannot afford that $1 million dress, I will just, if it's on Instagram, I will like the picture and keep scrolling and move on and mind my business. It's not in my place to now go to the comment section and say, you don't fear God. How can you say that this dress is $1 million? You are a wicked person, and you'll be calling yourself a Jesus baby. How can you be charging people $1 million for a dress and you are a Jesus baby? Jesus did not call us into poverty. Jesus did not call us into mediocrity. Jesus did not call us into living from hand to mouth. Jesus called us into prosperity. So if you've looked at it that this your dress as a fashion designer is worth $1 million, slap $1 million on it, and whoever God has said is going to buy that dress from you will buy it at the end of the day. So I don't think there's any price that is too much for an outfit. Okay, know your worth as a fashion designer and put your worth on your dress, and I pray that God blesses the work of your hand, blesses the work of my hand, and blesses us all in Jesus' name. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you all got the gist of today's video. Let me also know, do you think some of these dresses, are you part of the school of thought of there's a particular amount that is too much for a dress, or there's a particular amount that is too little for a dress? Let's continue the conversation down in the comment section. I'd like to hear from you guys. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please remember to give me a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel if you're yet to subscribe, and I can't wait to see you in another video very, very soon. Bye.